All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, June 7th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Going pretty good. Had a pretty good night last night. Except my goofy butt decided to pick an NBA game. I'd have been 5-0, but no, I had to pick an NBA game, so I have 5-1.
I had another good day. I was 4-1.
What's your totals now for the year?
See, I was 4-1. The only one I had wrong was the NBA game. I had 3 baseball games right. That's a couple days in a row I've been right on all my baseball picks. And then I had the Liberty against the Dream last night, and they covered that. So I went 4-1. I'm at wrong way. 382 and 349 on the year.
I'm doing really well, but again, I stay away from NBA, and I do primarily baseball and hockey. I'm 365 and 264.
You're about like I was last year.
But again, staying away from the NBA helps me a lot, and I just couldn't do no good at the NBA.
Last year I stayed about 100 games over 500 almost all year. I'm not doing bad this year, but not quite as good as what I did last year. So far, anyways. Still got.
I thought the baseball picks for tonight were tough. I had a hard time. I come up with 5, but I had a hard time.
Hey, what's up, Glenn? Yeah, I thought it was a good show last night as well. We were actually just talking about that a little bit ago.
Yep. Got quite a few plays on it and everything. Did pretty well.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at that yet.
It just popped up on my thing. That's why I didn't go looking for it. Seen it, and then I seen the plays down there.
Well, the first game of the NBA Finals ended up being a blowout.
Yep.
But Dallas got back within 7 or 8 there in that pretty early in that third quarter,
Yeah.
And then Boston was able to pull away. But if you look at the game, other than that first quarter,
They played even.
Yeah, I mean it was a pretty even game. So Dallas wants to find a way to get off to a better start to the game. Porzingis killed him in that first quarter. Guy hadn't played for a while, came out and what do you have? He had 10 or 11, I think, in the first quarter, real quick. Yeah, too many turnovers for Dallas too, and like steals. Like hell, Doncic got the ball stolen from him, bringing the ball up the court a couple times. It just seemed like every time Dallas was getting momentum back, it'd be a steal or some kind of turnover, and then Celtics will get going again.
Let me ask you a question.
I still think I still have Dallas winning the series, but I think it's going to be a good
I
series.
want to ask you a question because I haven't followed Dallas a lot. I see more of Boston than I did Dallas. Is Boston a deeper team than Dallas?
Maybe a little bit because of Boston's starting five is a lot of people think is the best starting five in the NBA, and then you add in like the other guys that they have. So I would say they're a little bit deeper. But one reason I'm not real worried about Dallas is only one game won with Jason Kidd and Luka. That was that was the last series against Minnesota. That's the first time they were like 0-6 in game one. So I mean, Dallas, if you look in their history, it's not like they come out and win. Win a lot of game ones. And something that Boston's had trouble with is it seems like game twos at home that they usually find a way to blow a game at home. And I thought they were going to blow that game last night. They're like I said in that third quarter, they were making it come out they were up by like 30 in the 30, and they might end up losing this game. But they were able to hold on and win. Jason Tatum didn't have one of his like great nights. Not that was a terrible night, but he didn't have one of his great nights. I think he ended up with like 16 points. But Brown had 20 something. Like I said, they got another, I think 16 or so from Porzingis that was big as well, especially in that first quarter.
So you think that you're confident in Kidd to make the adjustments?
Yeah, I think for one, I think Luka I don't think Luka is going to shoot that bad the whole series. I think Kyrie will have a better game too, but I think they'll adjust and I look. Why is it? But here's what I don't understand: why is game two not till Sunday?
Game 2 Sunday, game 3 is Wednesday.
All the other series we play like every day or every other day, like every other day.
Stretching it.
Now we're taking 3 days in between each fucking game, or 2 days in between each game.
Stretching it out. I don't know. Yeah, I know the next one's on Wednesday after that one.
Yeah, well, I can kind of understand that one because they have to travel, but like this one, there's no travel involved.
What you thought they played Saturday?
Yeah, you could have played Saturday, traveled on Sunday, and play Tuesday if you wanted to give them an extra day because of the travel. If you want to do 2 days because of that, but I didn't understand with no travel why.
Could it be maybe be on different days of hockey? Hockey's gonna be on Saturday, probably Monday, but then they'll probably be on Wednesday, so it might be the same night.
Yeah, I know. I just don't understand why they spread it out like that. I think it'd be, but that's partly me just because it's something to be. It's on and something to watch. But yeah, I don't understand why they got to drag it out so far. Don't. Who am I to complain about it? Because they're making money. They just signed the $76 billion TV deal.
Well, I just heard that TNT is back in the running for a fourth partner in the NBA.
I guess they might do something like kind of what they did with the college football, where they kind of like leased it from ESPN. Some of them college football playoff games. I guess they might do some of that with the NBA now. It'll be interesting to see what all happens with that.
Yeah.
Because from the way I understand it, a lot of the TNT and Warner Brothers people are the ones that do a lot of the stuff like on NBA TV. I guess they use a lot of like the TNT people for like the commentators and everything. So how's that going to affect NBA TV if You know what I
TNT's
mean?
no longer involved.
Yeah, or them people that work for TNT, are they still going, do stuff for NBA? You know what I mean? It's going.
Yeah.
Are they still going to be involved with NBA TV or? So I think that's something that's hasn't got talked about much. It's kind of interesting. I know the main topic has been what's going to happen to the Inside the NBA show, which I think I heard they're together. They'll be together for at least one more year.
Yeah, because they're still on TNT next year.
And after that, who knows what they're going to do with it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Reds stayed on fire. Picked up another win. Able to double the Cubs up yesterday. And that was a rare game for the Reds where they led pretty much the whole game. Seems like.
Well, they got tied up 4-4.
Yeah,
but they come right back and got the lead.
But it's not. I mean, it seems like some of the games were coming from behind.
Yeah.
Where this one, we never really got behind it. But yeah. And it's another. I mean, it's always nice to be a division opponent as well.
We're in third place now. We jumped just because they were so close together, like you said.
Well, like I said, by the end of the weekend, we could be in second because we can be ahead of the Cubs.
Oh yeah.
I think we're only like six games back now of Milwaukee, 6.5, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I mean, hopefully it'd be nice to sweep the Cubs in this 4-game series.
That'd be awesome.
And then if the Brewers could lose a few, there's still a lot of season though. So I mean, just
main thing is we'd like to win the series, but the worst split it, but like to go 3-1 at least.
Yeah, because we won like what the last 3 or 4 series we played. That's what got us back on this run. And the main thing is have yourself at least where you're still in striking distance at the All-Star break. It's a long season, and right now we're still we're in a decent situation. You're only 6 games back, and you still have like almost 100 games left. A little less than 100 games, 90-something games left. Yep. So I mean, you're in a pretty good spot. We've seen teams that we've seen a team that was the worst team in the first half win the World Series. Yep. But I mean, you don't want to get yourself too far back where you don't have a chance to get your division. Because and then you're worried about a wild card. Right now, we still have a chance at the division, and then if you can stay in that division hunt, more than likely you're going to be in that wild card hunt. I mean, last year we missed the playoffs by the last 2 games to Arizona, and then they went to the World Series.
Yeah, it's true. We were right there. I mean, and right now our pitching is performing a lot better than it did last year. It's still early. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season, but the pitching's doing pretty well.
We're at the reverse of what we was last year, really, for the first half of the season. Like last year, our bats we were hitting the ball, but our pitching wasn't very good at all in that first half of the season.
Yep.
And this year, our pitching's been better, but our bats haven't been near as good as we were last year at the first part. Because last year, at this time, we were hitting like 250, 255, 260 as a team. Yep. We've been hitting 220 as a team. It's probably going. I know it's going up some now because this last stretch, the last 4 or 5 days, we've been getting 13 hits a game, 18 hits. I mean, we've been starting to hit the ball. But we hadn't hit the ball near as much as we had last year.
Vincent had a good game yesterday.
And our ERA is down this year because last year our ERA was close to 5, and we're at 3-something right now. So I mean, hell, if your ERA is 3-something, if you can hit the ball, you're gonna have chances to win games.
If it wasn't for a little bit of problems with the bullpen, it'd be lower because our starters have done a pretty good job this year.
No, I agree. Some injuries in the bullpen have hurt us too. Looks like Santillan should be coming back. Did you see where they moved Ashcraft down in the minors?
He's struggling right now.
Yeah. Did you see that? Oh, they did move him down.
I was thinking about that the other day because he's really struggling, and I think that's a good move.
They're going to go with a 4-man rotation for now. And they said the way the schedule lines up the next couple weeks, shouldn't be a problem doing that. But yeah, he hasn't. They said his outing. I forget how many outings in a row he's gave up over 3 runs each time.
Well, not only that, yeah, he's a lot of times 2-3 runs in the first inning. He struggled. He got off to a pretty good start first couple games, but then since then he struggled. I think that's smart, put him down there and get a couple, 3 or 4 starts and see if you can straighten him out. And they've got other people on there that can pitch if they need him. They got Martinez on there, who could be a starter. I think he's a lot better out of the bullpen. He's real effective out of the bullpen.
He's been good for us for middle relief. He has. Well, and even a few spot starts, he's pitched well, like you said. But yeah, he's been big for us in that middle relief innings, getting us to trying to get us to like the 7th inning.
So it'll be Abbott, and then what's his name that pitched last night? When you got the bobblehead of
Green,
and then it'll be
Dolo,
and then who's the other one?
Montas. As I said, that's not a bad rotation.
No, it's not.
And then if Ashcraft could get back to how he was pitching last year, I mean, it's not a bad rotation at all.
The Green seemed like he's straightening out some. Still a little trouble with the walks, but he's pitching better. Lowendolo's come back, pitched pretty good, and Abbott's been. Look at his ERA, and it's decent, but
we got base running still, man.
Yeah, I agree. No crazy.
I don't know if it's is it the players or is it some of it the base coaches? Is it what do you think? Is it a combination of both?
Again, I don't know if the players got the green light on their own. If they've got the green light on their own, then I think it's the players. But then again, I don't think the players, if you're getting thrown out that much, should have the green light on their own. So that should be changed. And if they don't have the green light, and the coaches make
some of it with Ellie is Ellie, because like there's sometimes he'll make the decision to try to stretch like a double into a triple and there's no way he's gonna make it. You know what I mean? So like in those instances, I know that was him thinking that he could make it, but it just happens too much of.
Well, some of it is just dumb base running, because there's times guys on second base, there'll be no outs, 1 out, ground ball hit to shortstop, and they're taking that. Just not Dela Cruz. There's been other guys do it, but Dela Cruz definitely thinking he can make it to third when a ground ball hit to the shortstop, and he's out by a mile. And I've seen other guys do that. You can't do that, especially when there's no outs or 1 out.
You gotta make him make the throw across the field.
Yeah, didn't run if it works.
Yeah, get off some, and then if you run when he's going to, as it's coming out of his hand, Dela Cruz is fast enough. Yeah, he probably could make it, but make him make the throw to first.
Yeah, don't just take off,
because it's going to take a perfect throw for them the guy to make the throw to first, and the first baseman throw the ball back across the field to third to get you. It's going to take a perfect throw as fast as he is.
Yeah,
but if you just take off as soon as the ball's hit,
that's an easy throw to third.
Yeah, especially if it's a hard hit ball. Now, if it's a slow hit ball, that's different. But if it's a hard hit ball, yeah, they're going.
No,
that's just like when we have a runner on third, and they automatically run home.
Yep.
It's like
1 out, no outs. Yeah, ground ball hit to the shortstop, they're playing in, and you take off.
They're probably going to get out in that play, but let them get the guy out at first.
Yes.
It's a lot better to have runners stand on third base than a runner on first.
And again, with Dela Cruz's or some of the other fast players on the Reds team,
make
the throw, then try, and then if you get thrown out,
make him make that decision. Is he going to try to go after you, or is he go to first? And then, yeah, and if you read it good and got a good jump on it, yeah, it's going to take a good throw to get Dela Cruz because he's so fast. But just to take off.
But one thing I will,
in the Reds' defense, they're not the only team that does that. No. That's something that Major League Baseball does as a whole that I don't understand. It's like, because that's not how it was when I played. I mean, hell, if you were at third, you read where the ball's hit. You just didn't take off.
But one thing I do have to say about Dela Cruz, he's probably is the most exciting player.
Oh no, yeah, I love Dela Cruz.
Because I know
there's sometimes his base running does get you in a little trouble, but no, I think he's going to be real good.
If he stays healthy, he's going to be a major.
He's improved.
Gonna be a major
He's
star.
improved a lot at the plate from last year. He's not. He don't chase as many pitches.
Yeah,
a lot more patient.
getting more walks, getting on base.
A lot more patient. Not
opportunities
chasing. Yeah, not chasing so many bad pitches as he did last year.
I think the Reds. I really do, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I think they're a good enough team to make a run at the World Series, to make it to a World Series. I really do. I think they're a strong enough team. You know, are they a favorite? No, they're not a favorite. You know, people are going to say the Dodgers. And to me, it's a long season, but right now, I would pick the Phillies over the Dodgers right now. But it's a long season. Dodgers do have a lot of good players. But right now, if I was going to pick, everybody's saying Dodgers and Yankees are playing this weekend. This is the preview of the World Series. Where the teams are playing right now, I'd say you have to say the Yankees and the Phillies. Of course, again, it's a long season. A lot can happen. Yankees could be peaking too soon. You don't know. Yankees have got a great team.
And Dodgers, I mean, Dodgers, I think will be right there too. One thing that is impressive about the Dodgers is they've been playing pretty good, and they're missing a couple of their good arms. You know, I mean, they're missing a couple of their good starters, so I that could help them later on. But yeah, the Phillies have been hot, and the Yankees have.
Well, that one Dodger pitcher that came back has not been himself. I can't think of his name right now, but he's not been what he was. Bueller, I think his name maybe.
Yeah,
he's not pitched well.
Oh my goodness! Sounds like a Judge thought.
You want to get banned from the show, Big Glenn, comparing us to the Judge?
Damien says, "You better watch Satan now. Judge might unfriend you and ban you from his page."
That's true. Yeah, he started doing that. I heard.
You can't disagree.
Nope.
Can't disagree with him. Get rid of you. I was laughing at some of the stuff I saw there.
Well, he put that one girl, the one that pushed, on his page, and somebody told him that she was a racist, which I don't know. I'm not saying she's a racist. I don't know her.
No, they called her a hood rat. And he got mad.
He got mad.
Okay, what'd you think was going to happen when you just put a picture of her up there like that? You didn't think, I mean, people are going to comment. And everybody's not going to have the same thought as you.
He can call. Oh, I can't think of his name right now. A racist. The dude we used to watch on TV all the time, and he left.
Oh, Clay Travers?
No.
Whitlock.
Everybody
hates Whitlock.
Whitlock's
racist. Not everybody, but especially.
But it's okay for him to
especially a lot of black people.
It's okay for him to get on there and say it's racist, but this guy can't call somebody a hood rat. Come on, be consistent. I mean, if you can say what you want to say, that guy can say what he wants to say.
Glenn said, I told him he better watch About Posted It. No, but Glenn, Judge is a good.
No, he's a good dude, but we like to give him a hard time. He's not always consistent on. He thinks what he says is okay, but other people he don't think should be able to say what they want to say. You got to be consistent.
Yeah, he'll trash people. They get mad when other people trash people. It's like, dude, if you're going to do it, you can't get back. You can't get back with other people. But it's more. But yeah, it's. Oh, dude, it's funny. I ain't gonna lie. I laugh at a lot of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I do too. So yeah, but the thoughts on a baseball player getting banned but he was he betting on baseball?
Yes.
That's why he got banned. If he just betting on other stuff, he wouldn't have got banned.
Yeah, he got banned. No, because there was actually 5 players that got suspensions and in trouble. But he got banned for life. He was betting on I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he had played for the Pittsburgh Pirates for a while, and he'd bet on like 25 games that when he was with the Pittsburgh. It lost all lost all the bets, but he and then he'd bet on some other ones as
Mickey.
well. Yeah. What's up, Mickey?
Mickey Delaney.
But he bet on some other games too. But he got he got banned for life because of betting on baseball, and then also betting on the teams that he was on, and then there was 5 players that had done some kind of betting, but I don't think it was on baseball. They got, I think one guy got like a year suspension. Another guy,
So you're not allowed to bet on other stuff either.
I forget exactly what they had bet, on, but somehow whatever they had done wasn't as bad as him, as the way baseball took it. And he got banned for life. They got shorter ones. You didn't hear much about them. The only one you heard about a lot was one, but there was a total of like 5 guys that got suspended.
Yeah, we bet on baseball. I mean, Pete Rose bet on baseball. He's banned for life.
Yeah,
I still think Pete should be in the Hall of Fame, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh no, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
But then again, I'm a big Reds homer, and seen Pete Rose play, so I was a big Pete Rose fan.
Don't get me wrong,
he wasn't my favorite, but he was.
I understand why the players can't be betting, especially on the league, especially on the league you're playing in. Like if you're an NFL player, yeah, you can't be. I understand that, but to me, it makes a difference also to know whether was the guy betting on his team to win or was he betting on his team to lose. Because if you're betting on your team to win, to me, it's not near as bad because you're not going to be trying to blow a game or save points or do this stuff if you're what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if you bet on your team to lose, okay, now you could go up there and not be trying. So to me that context kind of matters. But I do know, I understand why they're, because if you lose the integrity of the game, then
you could put yourself in that situation. If you get yourself way behind on betting, then you could, then you could, okay, I'm way behind. I bet on my team to win every time, and now I'm gonna bet on them to lose. It's just a bad idea.
But if they lose, and I mean, I understand it, because if they lose the integrity of the game, and then people aren't gonna watch it like they do now.
But see, to me, I don't have a problem.
If people start thinking that the games are,
to me, there shouldn't be a problem with a guy that plays baseball wants to bet on an NBA game. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion.
They might be able to. I'm not sure about baseball. Like football, like in NFL, you can bet on. They can bet on other things. They can't bet on football, and you can't do it at the facility. That's where some of the NFL players have gotten in trouble, because by their rule, like you can bet on, like they can bet on basketball, but they can't do it at the facility.
Yeah,
and that's where some of them have gotten in trouble that way too. Yeah, I don't see a problem with them betting on other sports. I really don't understand why it's a big deal if they're on their phone and you do it in the locker room. What's the big difference between that being at your house? You know what I mean? But Damien, no to answer your question. I mean, you would think it would wake some of these players and coaches up, but like I know in baseball, all the clubhouses, when you first walk in, there's a sign saying like rule number 21 or whatever it is, don't bet on baseball. I mean, and it's been there forever. And I mean, hell, they banned Pete Rose for it, and you still got players that are doing it and getting in trouble for it. So, I mean, hopefully the players it'll get the players to be smarter about it, but I don't know if it will or not, because like I said, this ain't the first player that's ever been banned. You just had to play, or in baseball, it's not. And then you just had that player get banned in the NBA, which he was actually, I guess he was actually like, he was betting on he was like missing shots on purpose and stuff. And he was, because he was in some trouble.
Again, the problem, one thing with fans and owners betting on their team. You bet on your team, and again, you bet on them to win. I understand if you're betting on them to win, that's one thing. But the problem is, say you lose a lot of money and get yourself in trouble. A bookie could, especially back in the days, it's not like, it's different now. You can just, but if you get way behind to a bookie and you owe him $300,000 or $400,000, they may say, okay, he could offer him a deal. Because that bookie can make a lot of money if you try to throw games.
That's what just happened in the NBA.
Yeah.
The guy was way behind, and then the people that he was behind to, he made a thing with them. They bet on him like under 5.5 threes or something, bet a bunch of money. And in like one game, they bet like his over under on minutes or something, and he left the game sick. I mean, because they
that's why
then people were trying to get their money.
That's why they don't want you to
So,
do it, and it makes sense. I understand that.
See, I understand why the players shouldn't be betting on their own league. Now, not being able to bet in other sports, I think that's a little too far.
If I'm playing baseball,
but also the way I see it though is okay. They can't bet on if you're okay. For example, if you're a Major League Baseball player, you can't bet on Major League Baseball. To me, that's a small thing to give up to be making $300 million over a 10-year period. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Damon, I see what you're saying, but it's two different things. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the players that beat a woman shouldn't be banned from baseball. I'm not saying that, but it's hard to compare. That's two different things. They should be banned. I think they should have. And people now say it depends on what you say on social media. Just because they say their opinion, I mean, it depends what they're saying, and they could get banned depending on what they're saying. I just or canceled at the very least. That's two different things. But I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Well, the thing with betting is if you have players doing it and you have like what was going on in the NBA where that guy was trying to change the outcome of some of the stuff of the game. If everybody thinks that's happening in all the games, there's already some people that think that, but if you get everybody thinking that, then that league, for example, if it's NFL, for example, it basically turns into WWE.
Yeah. Well, if
you lose the integrity of the game, it basically turns into to WWE. Then you're only going to get certain people watching it. They're going a lot of the money these players. Some of it's going to could go down because if you get less people, if everybody thinks it's not competitive and real, they're going. A big portion of people are going to quit participating in it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the rule. You got to have that rule because if you told everybody they could bet on baseball, you tell everybody they can bet on the NBA and play in the league, you're asking for trouble. It's because it's going to happen. I
don't think there's a big deal of them betting on like other sports.
No, they should be allowed to bet on other sports.
But yeah, I agree that you can't bet on the sport that you're playing in.
The only thing they may think is that okay, he gets in trouble financially betting on other sports.
Well, but the thing now, you shouldn't have to work
it's different. You don't have to.
If you use the real books, yes, you really don't have to worry about that.
Yes,
now, but yeah, some people still use the
old school. Yeah. Real quick, I want to address before we got started on our betting. What Ben and Glenn talked about. He's looking forward to NXT this weekend. I am too, Glenn. I think it's going to be a real good show
this weekend. What is it when they're paid?
Yep. Battleground there at the Las Vegas
Premium
UFC.
Live events.
I'd still call it pay-per-views. I don't give a shit.
PLE, come on now.
I can't do it. I barely can remember pay-per-view, let alone PLE. But it's going to be. And one interesting thing I found out, NXT from this time last year in the ratings are up 30%. That's damn good. That's damn good. They're one of the best wrestling shows on TV, and definitely. I think it's got a great women's division, and the reason I say that, I think other people got good women's division, but I think they highlight their women's division better by far than regular WWE or anybody else. They got on this 6-card match for the pay-per-view, they've got 3 of them are women, 3 matches. Very good at highlighting their women, but that's all about that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Glenn.
All right. Well, today is basically just baseball because NBA don't have till Sunday. But I am going to go ahead and give out a pick for Sunday's NBA games.
I'm giving out a pick for NHL for Saturday.
Since we were,
and for the Belmont Stakes, I got a pick for that for tomorrow.
So I'm gonna go with the Mavs at the +7.5 on Sunday against the Celtics. I expect it to be a lot closer game than what it was last night, which I was expecting last night to be a closer game, but I think this will be a closer game. I think the Mavs are going to win it and tie the series 1-1. But
what's the point spread?
7.5. But I'm on Mavs +7.5, and then baseball today, I'm taking the Orioles on the money line on the road at the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm going to take the Yankees +1.5 at home against the Dodgers. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Reds on the money line at home against the Cubs. And I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox on the money line on the road at the Chicago White Sox.
Okay, my baseball for tonight, I have Atlanta money line on the road against Washington. I have the Yankees at home money line on the Dodgers. I got Cleveland money line on the road at Miami. I have St. Louis at home money line against Colorado, and I have Houston money line on the road against the Angels. And then for Saturday, my NHL pick, I'm gonna go with Florida money line over Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm taking Panthers money line as well in that game.
And then for the Belmont Stakes, I'm gonna give some picks. People out there, long shots. I still kind of like Seize the Gray, who won the last race, the Preakness, but he's going off at 8-1 right now. That could be a good pick. The other one I like is a long shot, 12-1, Antiquarian. I think he could be dangerous. It'd be a nice payday. But I'm going to go with a horse that hasn't run in any of the other two Triple Crown races. I'm going to go with Mind Frame. I think he's at 7-2 right now. He's the number 10 horse. That's who I'm going to go with to win the Belmont. And that's crazy. The Belmont Stakes usually is at the Belmont track. You got the Belmont Stakes tomorrow, and it's at a different track. How can you call it the Belmont if it ain't at the damn track?
Yeah.
That don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Damien talked about Meltzer. Yeah, Meltzer's complaining because last Saturday they put out, or Sunday they put out a rating, a dirt sheet put out a rating that Collision only did 122,000 viewers on Saturday, and on Wednesday it came out that they did 322. He claims that the WWE paid this dirt sheet to put that out.
Why?
He said to give a bad perception. What? The WWE ain't worried about the 300, whether it's 122,000 or 320. Meltzer's an idiot. That's
what I was going to say. I would say WWE probably don't care about what AEW's attendance is. They're worried about their own shit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're worried about. They need to quit worrying about. First of all, there's not a competition. There's no competition to the WWE. Everything's competition to WWE. You can look at it that way. So is AEW competition? Yes, because everything's competition to WWE. All sporting events, all shows, that's the way they look at it.
Yeah, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to that Meltzer anyway, but yeah, that don't make much sense to me. And then I'm gonna take the Fever -2.5 tonight against the Mystics.
Is that on the road or home?
On the road.
What time they play? I'll try to follow that. You know,
I think 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there.
I'll be watching SmackDown, but I'll put it on my phone.
Mystics haven't won a game yet.
Really?
The Fever have won 2. So, but the reason I'm taking the Fever, they've had some time off after that crazy schedule they had the first 20 days.
Yeah,
played 11 games. They had like 5 days off. I'm expecting them to come. I'm expecting them to come out and hopefully look a little bit more put together on the offensive end, have a better plan. If we'll see, to me, we're going to see if this coach has any clue what's going on, because they should look. You should look better this game than what you have. You're not playing the top competition. You're not playing the Liberty or the Sun. You know what I mean? You're not playing them, and you've had the 5 days. You've had time to practice a little bit, work on your offensive sets and stuff. So your offense should look, even if they're not hitting shots, you'll be able to tell if they're more crisp and if there's some movement.
Well, yeah. I don't know if he kind of did let Cody go, because he could have kept Cody if he wanted to, because Cody had a deal there. He could have made him stay. It was one of those deals. He could have picked up the option and he didn't. But Cody, very smart dude, and WWE very smart. People said, yeah, Cody's going to go there and get buried. Well, why would WWE do that? You know, but then again, people said, well, yeah, you bring him in and they make him a big star. No, Cody had to prove himself. If he comes there and he's not drawing, he's not doing things, it's a mutual thing. You know, WWE's about making money. That's the problem with AEW. Not making. They don't run as a business to make money.
Well, that's basically what CM Punk has came out and said. Cody Rhodes, in a way, has basically said that kind of the same thing.
He tries to be.
Yeah, that's what I say. He stays more out of it. But you know what I mean? But just by his comments, it's basically, I mean, because he's said many times, it's business about making money. And just like when they asked him about CM Punk coming to WWE, he said if he can come here and he can join the team and what we have going on, and we can make money, that's what it's all about. So I mean,
I 100%. WWE's gotten better. Honestly, Triple H, Vince being gone, and Vince would. I mean, it was Vince's idea to get Cody back. I mean, Vince
was smart. I mean, Vince knew what he was doing, but when it came to
Vince was on worst.
But when it comes to the creative stuff, I think that's where they're better now with Triple H and not just and with not just the creative. You got the creative, but also Triple H. I think he's more of a people person where he can handle the different personalities, handle people. I think better than Vince, where Vince was. This is what you're gonna do. You don't like it? Go fuck yourself. I mean,
well,
I mean.
Well, here it is.
But he made a lot of money.
Here it is. 30 minutes before Raw goes on the air. Here's the script.
Yep.
New script. We'll write a new script. That's the way Vince was, and you can't do that to not put on good TV. Be a crapshoot. But the thing, and I've always said the right way to do it is you say, okay, here's WrestleMania. Here's where we're going. We're going to work backwards. We're going to script it backwards to get to that. That's how you do right. And he learned that from Dusty Rhodes and other people Triple H did. Triple H is old school NWA, and that's the way he's running that place as far as a lot of the stories. But see, of course, he gets, he's got all the experience he's got learning from the Attitude Era, and he's adding all that stuff into it. That's why it's so good. Right now, I don't know. I mean, I was a huge NWA fan, huge WWE fan. I don't know if there's been a better time in wrestling as far as stories and to me, at least for me personally. No, everybody don't feel that way. I understand that. They talked about using the octagon, but I don't think they're going to. I don't think there's enough room to put a ring in the octagon up. So I don't think that place is big enough. Because I know they can hold up to, I don't know how many they're going to seat, but I know they can hold up to 1,000 people. And I know they got Shayna and the other girl that came from, what's that other organization? I think it just went defunct. Not UFC, but the other pretty big promotion. Used to be on Showtime.
Bellator.
She came from Bellator, and she's pretty good. And she's real good in NXT. And they're going to go at it this weekend. And I think they're going to take down the ropes, and they're going to do a submission match. Submission, no pinfalls, no disqualifications, and a submission match.
All right. Well, did you have anything else for today?
No. Looking forward to watching the Belmont tomorrow, watching NXT. Probably watch the hockey game tomorrow night. So, it's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, it should be a good weekend. Yeah, I got NBA Sunday, NHL on Saturday. There's no UFC this week. I think their next big one is a couple weeks.
They don't have a
supposed to be McGregor if that fight still happens.
Not even a fight night?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. There might. I don't know. Not that I know of.
They usually do about every week.
But there might be. But not that I knew of for this week. But that doesn't mean there isn't one.
Let's see.
And you're supposed to have the McGregor and Chandler, but
yeah,
there's rumors that might not.
There's fight night.
Is there a fight night this week?
Yeah, comes on at 8:00. The main event is Jared Cantner against Imhoff.
Oh, okay. Cannonier against Imhoff or whatever. It'd be okay card.
That might be pretty good. Perez and the undefeated guy. That might be decent.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well. We'll be back Monday right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money and Sports Betting Show. Have a great weekend.